I'm a Virgin Final Fantasy person. I've never really played the series, never finished one. I've never even tried to finish one. I've never owned one. Today I wanted to actually talk about my playthrough of Final Fantasy 1. Now, it was on the Pixel Remaster, as you've probably seen from the thumbnail. And I just wanted to talk about, my thoughts on it. So here we go. Now, I did want to mention before I get into this, I have played Final Fantasy 7. And a Final Fantasy X, I have not come anywhere near beating them. And I guess the reason I've never played this series, and I'm going to get into my thoughts on it, is because I always heard how punishingly hard it is. When I saw that the Pixel Remaster came out, and I saw that you could kind of do the quality of life things, and they kind of, redid some of the graphics and made it so you can boost your experience points and didn't always have to have the random encounters and stuff like that. I thought to myself, you know what, this is a perfect time. My birthday was yesterday. I figured for my birthday, my gift to myself is I'm going to do this. And I have to say that my absolute favorite thing of this game is how simple the story is. It's a great story. You understand it. You can maybe not as connect with the characters as much as you probably are going to, like I'm going to find out in some of the later versions, but you could just you could get it, right? I've played some of the older JRPGs like Chrono Trigger, and which it was a decent game, but some of the older games, and it's just like I couldn't connect with it because like there would be something in a cave somewhere. I'm like, why is it there? Nobody told me it was there. There is some of that, but by and large, the story really is good. It's simple. It's simple gameplay. There's not a ton of characters. I like that the fact that this is 4 easy characters. They have 4 elements. You have to save these elements. You have to purify these elements. The story is set in motion from like the onset. And you don't have all this confusing stuff going on. So I really like that. Like, it was just like a breath of fresh air. There's no bloat in this game. You just do the storyline. There's no side quests. There's no, other quests. There's no quests over here. There's no quests over here. It's not like a 400 or 500 hour game like Tears of the Kingdom. It's just the story. I beat it in 11 hours and 5 minutes. And that is good with me. Real quick, I was watching I'm editing this and I'm rewatching it. Two things actually that I wanted to mention. I really like how when the characters skill up, you don't actually have to pick the skill sets. It's just automatically done for you. I know a lot of people might not like that, but I really do. And the other thing is I do a lot of digital art, and my left arm is pretty sore because all the shortcuts that you use to get the art done is always with the left arm. So my left arm hurts. And one thing that I found that was great is the auto battle in this Final Fantasy 1 remaster. In non-boss or high-end enemies, I could just hit auto battle and it would just do it for me. It saves my left arm from, having to toggle things. So that is a lifesaver. One thing that I've always hated about JRPGs, I don't know, I really haven't played too many American RPGs, but JRPGs and their random encounters. The random encounters have ruined so many games for me. It's wonderful that you can turn them off. Now, I used them in certain circumstances to gain levels, especially in the Chaos Shrine and different shrines. But once you get to a point in a story that you're so overpowered that you're barely getting any kind of experience points whatsoever from enemies in certain territories, why can't you just turn it off? Like in the original game, why is it there? So like if I'm going to go to an area where it's like I'm completely overpowered, I just turn it off and I don't have to deal with it. It's a wonderful thing. Absolutely wonderful. I do like the 4 times experience points. I know that's like kind of Game Genie territory, but I really did like that. That really added quite a bit to my playthrough. It was really nice. It's really nice to have almost $1 million gil or whatever. That part was absolutely phenomenal. I really like that. Now, I know a lot of people like to be true to the game and can't do that kind of stuff, but for me, like I said, life is hard enough. You're playing a game just to kind of, just relax or whatever. And making a game being harder than your real life, it just, come on, you know. So I really like the quality of life that they added to this. Put any spoilers in? I know the game is like, what, 30 some years old, so I know there's not too many spoilers to be had. But just to summarize, I like that there's only 4 characters. I like that you can turn off random encounters when you need to. I like that you can boost your experience points. I like that you can boost your gil or money or whatever you want to call it. I like that the pacing of the game. I like how you get vehicles like a ship, a canoe, and the airship. I like that you get that fairly early in the game and you can get to different places. I like that it's not too linear. But it is kind of linear, but it's not. You know, you can kind of explore these areas, you know, and maybe build your experience points so you can be powerful enough for the enemies, like the main bosses. And I really like that. I really like that. The story was wonderful. I like the end game. I like the explanation of the game. I like the fact that these games did not have enough memory to just put so much bloat. A few other things that I wanted to talk about is the magic system. The magic system, I think, was actually new to me. It might have been the same magic system that I saw in a Dragon Quest, which actually I've played Dragon Quest more than I did Final Fantasy, but it's kind of odd. It's not hindering or anything like that, but I kind of like the way they do the magic system. Actually, they start on different kind of magic. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about. Now, they have the same tiers in Final Fantasy 2 because I've started that, but it's more the traditional way that we're kind of, I guess the traditional is the new way, but they have that style in it. It was just kind of daunting. Like, if you ran out of magic in one column, like you took the ether, and it would only give you one more. So that was kind of annoying, but it was by far no deal breaker. It was just annoying in like harder boss fights. So that's all I really have to say about that. If you're not used to it, it takes a little to getting used to. I wasn't even sure actually what was happening at first. I was trying to look for my MP levels, and I'm like, there isn't any. So that was kind of strange. I will say this, is towards the end of the game, you're definitely going to want to have the buffs and the debuffs for the bosses that you're going to face. And the last thing that I have to mention, is the music. The music is phenomenal. You can actually play the original music if you want to, but the new music is really good. I'm not usually into this whole thing. You know, I really don't notice it in JRPGs. Everybody's always, you know, him and Han and how great it is. You know, it's not really anything that I've ever been, you know, too into. But the music in this was really good. Especially, I know I've mentioned this a few times, but the Chaos Shrine and a couple of the later shrines is really good. Especially like when it has that deeper bass line. But the music, 100%. Phenomenal. I would have played it in the background of this if it wasn't copyrighted, but 100%. So all around, it was definitely a worthwhile playthrough. First time. Final Fantasy 2 is definitely different, and I'm gonna probably do a video about that. But for now, Final Fantasy 1, give it a thumbs up or whatever. It's not really a rating, but 100%. If you're new to the series, I definitely recommend it. If you're looking for something that's kind of retro but redone, has quality of life and everything like that. Now, I didn't really want to do reviews on this channel, but I'm not even going to give this a score. I'm just going to give this, like, I relived something from my childhood here that was punishingly hard when I was growing up, and they redid it, and I actually got to play it through for the first time, and I really liked it. So if you're on the fence, now I can't speak for the other 5 because I haven't gotten to them yet, but if you're on the fence, I would 100% say at least buy this one. You can buy in piecemeal if you want to. I just bought all 6 at once, but you can buy in piecemeal. And maybe a lot of people like 4, 5, and 6. So if you just wanted to play those, you know, you just buy those. You don't got to buy all 6. But I do 100% recommend it from the first one. I'm sure it's just going to get better from here. And that is, I'm not going to give it a score or anything like that, but it is definitely a lot better than I was expecting. I needed a break from Tears of the Kingdom, and this was the perfect break, especially if you are into the pixel style. This is definitely a grab. you're going to enjoy it. So anyway, this is my kind of review, but not really review. I just really wanted to get it out there that I finally played Final Fantasy after it's been out for 30 years. Anyway, comments, questions down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.